Hey everyone, Diane here. Gosh, am I glad you're back. I've been working on these sandbox plans and I seem to be a little bit stuck. We got the outside wood taken care of, but now I'm supposed to put a liner at the bottom to keep the sand from escaping? Who knew that sand would try to run away? I've got the plans and I got our notes from last time. Do you think you could help me figure this part out? Just to recap, we have one L-shaped sandbox in this plan, and you can see the dimensions here. So how are we going to figure out how much liner we need? My thought is to just buy a bunch and guess, but I don't think the neighborhood would appreciate that. So when we're thinking about trying to stay on budget, making accurate plans is important. So let's take a look at some of the tools that I have here and see if anything pops out at you to try and figure out how much liner we would need to cover the area of the sandbox. Yeah, my gut is pushing me towards the ruler. It's for measuring things, and I definitely need a number to say, yes, I need whatever feet of liner. But how would I use it? I'm trying to cover all this space, and the ruler seems like it may just take a long time to measure all the way down. I'm sure we could use it, but maybe we'll come back to this tool at another time. So let's take a look at these tools again. The tape measure might not be much different than the ruler. What are you thinking? What was that? Oh, someone noticed these squares? I like your thinking. These squares look like they might be helpful to figure out the area being covered. Before we start placing these down, take a little bit to make a prediction of how many of these squares units you think we'll need. So let's count these up. Help me count and also see if you notice anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Whew, that was a lot of square feet up there. If we count all these up, we got 64 square feet. I'm nervous about having to make sure that my counting is accurate, especially if I decide to make something bigger than this. So let's take a look and see if we can find a strategy to make this easier. Maybe you could look closely and share with me what you see. What was that? Oh, you noticed rectangles making the L shape? That's interesting. Where are they? Nice. You saw a 6 foot by 8 foot rectangle and then a 4 foot square. But how could that be helpful? I see what you're saying. I could definitely use the rectangular parts to figure out the whole area. That's still a lot to count though. Do you notice anything that might make finding the area even of these parts easier to keep track of? Yeah, I noticed that too. There are 6 rows of 8 and 4 rows of 4 in the other part. That seems to connect to the side lengths. As I think about it more, this looks a lot like how we represent multiplication. I wonder if that would work. Let's see. I know that 6 times 8 is 48, and I know that 4 times 4 equals 16. If we add 48 square feet and 16 square feet, we have 64 square feet. That was what we found when we counted all those squares. Oh, what was that? You saw another way to find the area? How did you do it? Oh, that's interesting. Did all y'all hear that? They saw a different way to partition the sandbox to have 2 rectangles. So what they did was go all the way across the bottom. So instead of just having the 4-foot square, there was a 4-foot by 10-foot rectangle along the bottom. As we look at this, what would be the dimensions for the rectangle up here? It is tough. The 8-foot dimension was split. But I don't want to just guess how long that part is. I need to know for sure to make sure that I'm being accurate. Oh, I think I heard someone say something. So the 4-foot section of the bottom rectangle is going to leave 4 feet for the upper rectangle? Nice. Right, so now I have 2 spaces. One with a 10-foot by 4-foot rectangle, and the other with a 6-foot by 4-foot rectangle. Well, I know that 10 times 4 equals 40, and I also know that 6 times 4 equals 24. If I add those together, I end up needing 64 square feet again. It's amazing how that worked out. It looks like I'll be adding 64 square feet of liner to my list. That sand won't escape on my watch. Finding the area of a shape like this is pretty cool. There are a lot of different ways that we could partition one of these figures. What would you do for a figure that was more like a U shape? How would you partition this one to make it more manageable? Oh, I like that idea, going straight across the bottom. I heard someone else, they just wanted to do vertical lines. Which way makes more sense to you? Today, we looked at finding the area of an L-shaped sandbox to figure out how much liner we would need. We found that if we partition a complex figure into rectangular pieces, we can find the area of the parts and then find the total area with those. As we keep looking at area, keep that in mind and keep looking for those patterns as we are finding more areas. I think these plans are ready to be checked over, and then we can get to building. But I wonder if we could use side lengths and multiplication to help us find the area for other projects that I have started thinking about. Thanks for all your help. See y'all.